In the top stories, police investigating fatal incident in Nevis. Boat crew charged by police and customs in connection with a recent drug bust, and Attorney General looks to reform the Domestic Violence Act. The details on these stories and more after the break.
101 reasons to shop at Quartz. Unbeatable prices and the best value. Quality brands that you trust. At Quartz you can shop with no cash. Credit is amazing. Pay in 90 days. Quartz makes it easy. 101 reasons to shop at Quartz. We have so much in store, and online we've got 101 reasons to shop at Quartz.
Mosoka, 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 mosoka.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 Newscast. I'm Carla Berridge. The police have provided an update on an incident that occurred at a residence at Ramsbury Quarter Road in Nevis, in which 2 individuals were fatally wounded and another was seriously injured. Sometime after 1 p.m. on Monday, October 10th, the police responded to a report that someone's house at Ramsbury Quarter Road was on fire and that an individual was inside. Upon arrival at the scene, fire and rescue officers were extinguishing a fire which engulfed a house. Once the fire was extinguished, the police conducted a search of the structure. Inside, they discovered the burnt body of a female lying in the living room and the body of a male lying in the bathroom. The male had since been identified as 37-year-old Stanford Azor, a national of Guyana, who resided at a separate residence at Ramsbury Quarter Road. The police will use DNA samples to positively ascertain the identity of the female. Investigations so far have also revealed that Sharon Licht of Craddock Road had undergone emergency surgery for a stab wound, which she received after intervening in an altercation that occurred at the residence, which had later been destroyed by fire. She is now warded in stable condition at the Alexandra Hospital. Personnel from the forensic department processed the scene and collected items of evidential value. The details of what took place are currently unclear. Investigations into the matter are ongoing. The police are urging persons with information about the incident to contact the Charlestown Police Station at 469-5391, the nearest police station, or the crime hotline at 707. The 5 crew members of the MV Elizabeth C, who were taken into police custody as a result of the recent major drug bust, have been charged by both the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force and the St. Kitts and Nevis Customs and Excise Department. The police have charged Desu McFarlane and Ronald Olivier of Grenada, along with Peter Scotland, Salim Ali, and Michael Jack of Trinidad and Tobago, for the offences of possession of cannabis with intent to supply, importation of cannabis, possession of cocaine with intent to supply, possession of cocaine, and importation of cocaine. Customs officials have charged the men for the offences of fraudulent evasion of cannabis, fraudulent evasion of cocaine, concealment of cannabis, concealment of cocaine, and false declaration of documents. McFarlane received an additional charge for the offense of modification of the vessel for the purpose of concealment. They were charged on October 7th and have been remanded at His Majesty's prison. Attorney General Honorable Garth Wilkins says the Domestic Violence Act will shortly be looked at for reformation. His words follow a spate of domestic violence situations, a few of which made the rounds on social media. In a Facebook post, he said, quote, "The Cabinet, as leader of the executive arm of the government, intends to quickly propose the Parliament proposed to Parliament that the unnecessary and expensive hurdles in the Domestic Violence Act that restrict or discourage women from seeking restraining orders against violent men and vice versa must be removed, end quote. He said that in the week prior he met with Honorable Iselin Phillip, Minister of Social Development and Gender Affairs, and spoke about the status of the Ministry of Social Development's ongoing review of the Domestic Violence Act. He said that loopholes were identified and they will be rectified after consultation with the police force, the Ministry of National Security, the Ministry of Social Development, the Legal Aid Center and the Justice Committee. He called on all to make it a holistic movement, saying, quote, "This needs to be a national effort. If you see domestic violence, report it. If you know a friend who needs help, help her. Do your part as well. We have to make this federation a better place, not just for this generation, but for the generations to come. We must create a long-lasting domestic violence prevention structure that keeps our mothers, our wives, and all our women safe," end quote. A board that governs the affairs of the St. Kitts Water Department, the Water Board, is going to be reinstituted according to information from government headquarters in the post-cabinet press briefing. Cabinet Secretary Dr. Marcus Natter gave the details.
The re-establishment of the Water Board has been approved by the Cabinet of Ministers. The Water Board has not been in operation for several years. Under the Water Courses and Water Works Act, Section 8, Subsection 1, the Board shall control, manage, maintain, and supervise all water courses and waterworks in the distribution area, and shall provide, so far as is practicable, an adequate water supply for the consumers therein. The decision to re-establish the Water Board is in accordance with your government's strong commitment to fully address and rectify the ongoing water supply issues our citizens and residents on St. Kitts have been facing.
The board shall consist of a water engineer of the state or the director of public works and 4 other members to be appointed on advice of the cabinet. According to a government official, it is envisioned that the board will give mandates to construct waterworks, carry out checks of public buildings, and push to make changes that are needed to ensure there is a regular flow of water. After the break, development of Crossview continues, and Francis and Prince celebrates 100 years. Stay with us.
Elevate your experience with Flow's fiber-fast internet and mobile combined. Enjoy double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines, plus up to 35 megabits per second home internet speed at the best rate, giving you the best value to stay connected. I think our Flow mobile is elevated.
You think?
An elevated experience starts with Flow at home, powering double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines at the best rate. Visit a Flow store to sign up today.
Mommy, where did you get all these groceries from?
When my mom was a child, my grandma was only able to provide just what they needed. When my mom got older, she was then able to provide what they needed and some. But now, with FlexPay, I am able to get everything we need and lots more with cashback.
Wow, Mom, I hope this never ends.
For the last 25 years, SN Hospice Company Limited has given customers millions in cashback for free groceries with every hire purchase in their never-ending cashback.
Welcome back. Director of the St. Kitts and Nevis Bureau of Standards and Chairman of the CARICOM Regional Organization for Standards and Quality Crossview Council, Stuart Laplace, has stated that the development of CARICOM's regional quality infrastructure has not been hampered by global challenges and that projections for its future look promising. Mr. Laplace was at the time speaking at the 41st meeting of the Council of Crossview in Barbados on October 10th. He noted that demand for quality improvement services has decreased, especially in response to recent and ongoing global challenges, which have contributed significantly to the industry's continued development.
Continued demand is an indication that robust quality infrastructure, namely standards development, metrology, or measurement services development, accreditation, testing, inspection, certification, as well as quality promotions are not just important, but vital for any growing economy. If we intend not just to survive, but to thrive during these challenging times, quality competitiveness and quality infrastructure must be central tenets.
The director stated that the need for quality management systems is increasing, and the network of boards has been collaborating to give information, education, and assistance in this and other areas. He added that they are also cooperating with international colleagues and the Cross-Q Secretariat.
As the network of National Standards Bureau within CARICOM region, Cross-Q countries continue to explore ways in which we can respond collectively to assist each other, particularly during these difficult times of increased quality and price competitiveness in our region, where quality matters even more. In many cases, our economies are small and our internal markets are finite, which is why we need the potential for expansion which trade provides. The only way to successfully trade in goods and services is to meet the regulatory and other requirements to enter new and existing markets. Markets that are likewise tightening their own controls. This is where sound quality infrastructure shows its strength.
He added that for another 20 years, Cross-Q will be able to respond to requests and meet the requirements of member states.
Thus, because of our commitment to cultivating sturdy and responsive systems over the past year, we have embarked on a process of broadening our collective outlook to the development of a new strategic plan for the network here in CARICOM. A scan of the last 3 years brought us to the realization that times are changing and that resilience is an aspect of national development to which quality infrastructure can and must contribute. Our new 2022 to 2025 strategic plans bring the process of looking at just how we can continue to answer the call and respond to those needs. It is in one of the highlights of this, our 44th meeting.
Mr. Laplace said Cross-Q has survived for 20 years on the strength of its quality infrastructure, and current engagements and business sector trends point to its ongoing relevance. Francis and Prince of Cayon is the newest centenarian in St. Kitts and Nevis. On Tuesday, October 11th, the family and friends of Miss Prince were joined by many well-wishers who stopped by to celebrate the milestone. The Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, a frequent visitor of Miss Prince, said that he was excited to spend part of his day with the newest centenarian.
It's a pleasure indeed for me to see her reach 100. This is a lady that I will visit from time to time. The COVID I slowed down, but once the COVID was over, I came and I visited her. So congratulations on your 100th, Miss Prince. Good to see you, and I wish you, of course, health and happiness always.
The Prime Minister placed a medal commemorating the special occasion around Miss Prince's neck. He also presented a bouquet of flowers as well as a fruit basket on behalf of the Ministry of Social Development and Aging. Miss Prince was showered with words of love and appreciation from her children, grandchildren, and other family members and friends. The father of the St. Mary's Anglican Church, Cayon, thanked God for his grace and mercy towards the faithful parishioner. Miss Prince was born on October 11, 1922. She gave birth to 15 children, 2 of which were stillborn. 6 children are alive today. 3 of them were present for her birthday celebration. Miss Prince's favorite song is Never Grow Old. There are 11 centenarians in the Twin Island Federation, 7 in St. Kitts and 4 in Nevis. On the heels of International Day of the Girl Child, Women Empowering Girls held another in the series of speed dating mentorship events, this time at the Virtuals High School. 36 women were paired with 36 female students for a session of sharing, advising and networking. During welcome remarks, Deputy Principal of the Virtuals High School, Jennifer Bell, said the school was pleased to participate in the event and spoke of the importance of this type of forum.
We are thankful for the opportunity presented this morning for the collaboration, network building, and of course nation development. This critical mentorship is necessary at this time. And through this initiative, it is my hope that our young ladies, our ladies that are in front of you, will be able today to kickstart their personal development in terms of their career goals, to gain confidence and expand their networks. It is my hope also that you mentors will today and from today hold our young ladies accountable for the path that they are going on from today.
Co-founder of Women Empowering Girls, Honorable Dr. Joyelle Clark, outlined what they expect to achieve with these engagements.
We are intentional about using our network of friendship, our network of trust to empower young women in our high schools. We have recognized that once we create a space where empowered women like yourselves can get the opportunity to give back, to mentor, to speak, to have a speed date, we're going to be making an impact together for the girls in our federation.
Following the event, Atasha Saida, who was a mentor, spoke of the positive impact of the program.
This program I find is needed in our community, and I came away learning more than I imparted to the young ladies, because as a young woman you want somebody to speak life into you, and these type of program are programmed just for that, to speak life into our young ladies, and they are our future.
Mentor Jamila Warner said she was pleased to have been part of the event and pledged continued dialogue with her mentees.
Virtuals High School is my alma mater. Growing up in the oral community, this is my first time being invited as a mentor for this program, and I honestly say I did enjoy it. My girls were wonderful, right? Hi girls! And this one, which is Tatiana, she was the most inspirational one, as she shared something very sacred to me, and I must say I would continue my dialogue and my conversation with her to help her to develop into a beautiful young lady.
The Women Empowering Girls initiative is the brainchild of Senator Honorable Dr. Joyelle Clark, Youth Officer Kristen Hendrickson, and Attorney-at-Law Angelina Gracie Sukubab. It has been executed in several schools, including Keon High, Sadler Secondary, Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College, and the Washington Archibald High School. Sergeant Sophia Henry from the Traffic Department has linked the numerous accidents that occur at roundabouts to persons not using them correctly. She was speaking during ZIZ Radio's program On the Road on Wednesday. Sergeant Henry said one of the roundabouts persons find it difficult to navigate is the roundabout next to the ECCB. She explained the correct use of that roundabout.
So if you're coming from Kim Collins Highway and you want to go into Rams or the Birdwalk Road, you're going to take the outer one, which is the left lane. Because if you're going left or straight, you use the left lane or the outer lane. And if you're going on the right, say you're going to Frisco gas station or TDC, you take the inner one, which is the right lane. So if you're going right or the area that you came from, say you come from Kim Collins Highway and you want to go back to Kim Collins Highway, you're going to take the right one. So they're going to take you right or from the direction that you came from. So anything left or straight is the left lane.
And that applies to all the roundabouts, right?
Yes, because there are 4 east, west, north and south on a roundabout. And once something is coming on your right, you have or you should give way to that traffic. And by doing so, we won't have accidents.
Sergeant Henry also explained the proper use of the roundabout leading to Shadwell.
If you're going to St. Peter's, you know you're going straight, so you're going to take the left one. If you're going down to Gillard's gas station, you take the inner one, which is the right one. And they're going to take you down to Gillard's or onto F.T. Williams Highway. So anything left, the outer lane, anything right or the area that you came from is the right one.
She noted that when using a roundabout, persons should give way to persons coming from the right. Coming up in regional news, St. Lucia to transition from the Privy Council to the Caribbean Court of Justice. The details when we come.